Hey guys! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Medyo matagal-tagal pa guys yung next travel natin. But we always want to make sure na we plan to have a smooth and hassle-free trip. For this vlog, I want to share with you our step-by-step preparation before traveling, some tips and to-do list, also yung mga tools and apps that we use before and during our trip, and also how do we plan our itineraries. If you're watching this video, I assume you're here to find out how do we manage to do all of these things without stressing ourselves too much. But before that, I hope you already subscribed to my channel to keep you updated on my future uploads. So these are the things that I've learned from a year of traveling. Now let's dive to the real part and main point of this vlog, the step-by-step preparation when traveling. But before you do this, you have to pick a country that you want to visit. Different countries, different day, different preparation. Lalo sa weather kasi hindi lahat pare-pareho.
Summer, winter, or fall.
Planning, which is hahatiin natin sa tatlo. Planning is a very crucial part and it's a lot of work, time, and effort to do this. But this will save you from getting in trouble on your trips. It can also save you time and money. It doesn't have to be like every move, every minute, meron kayong plano. Kasi sometimes, things don't go the way as you planned. So itong mga steps na i-share ko sa inyo is based on our own experience. And it helps us a lot to enjoy our trip and to focus on navigating so we don't get lost. Let's cut the planning into 3 parts. First is budgeting. You have to know kung ano-ano nga ba yung mga expenses when traveling so you can get a rough estimate kung magkano ba yung aabutin or kung magkano yung kailangan yung gastusin. This includes, number 1, flight ticket. So pag sobrang lapit na nung trip or nung preferred nyo na date for your travel, mas mahal na siya. Pero kami, we prefer na medyo malayo pa yung trip kasi of course, mas mura and makakapag-ready pa kami. Usually, nag-aabang lang kami ng seat sale sa Cebu Pack and happy naman kami na nakaka-discount kami. We try not to be impulsive when it comes to booking flights kasi may times na kunyari, nag-book na kami ng flight. Tapos, biglang nag-seat sale, parang nangihinayang pa kami dun sa presyo na binayad namin. Yung sa difference. So, more on control and patience talaga. Pero, I don't know with you guys, kung prefer nyo naman or kung okay lang naman sa inyo na magbayad ng ganong presyo for the airfare ticket, it's okay. Yung range ng mga flight tickets lately is usually nasa 10k to 20k depending on the country that you will visit. And also, this includes the baggage. Next is hotel accommodation. So, para sa amin, okay na basta maayos na tulugan and okay yung reviews, which you can check on Google, TripAdvisor, Agoda, and Booking.com. Medyo matrabaho lang siya, but since we will stay here for how many days, we have to make sure na maayos ba itong tutulugan namin, maingay ba, madami bang complaints, and so on. And para sa amin, hindi kailangan na sobrang mahal na accommodation kasi iniisip namin na most of the time na nasa labas naman kami and nag-iikot. Also, we consider being near sa mga train station or any bus stop, kahit anong malapit na sakayan. Because most of the time, magko-commute lang naman kami. It will save us money for the transportation and of course, yung travel time. But if you're a family or a big group traveling, of course, you will have to consider some place na bigger and much more comfortable to stay. Mas mahal, but mas worth it naman. Pero kami, ang usually na hotel na nakukuha namin, nag-range lang around 3,000 to 5,000 pesos per night. So, yun lang yung budget namin for that. And okay na kami doon. Again, this will vary depending sa ilan kayong nagta-travel. So, itong mga sinasabi ko dito is based on our experience. Pero, kung marami naman kayo, kahit ambag-ambag, okay na yun. Next is visa. Depende ulit sa country na pupuntahan nyo. So, kailangan talaga plan ahead and complete documents and requirements. Pwede nyo i-check sa embassy website ng country na pupuntahan nyo kung ano-ano yung mga requirements and kung paano kumuha ng visa. And also yung mga accredited travel agency. Activities and tours. We booked this mga a week or less than before our travel kasi syempre kapag ka-unexpected na meron canceled flights or may emergency, hindi na namin siya marerefund. So, sayang, di ba? Mamaya sa preparation part, iisa-isahin ko sa inyo itong mga activities and tours. Kung ano-ano yung mga ginagamit namin na tools and apps for this. Plus, bibigyan ko pa kayo ng discount code, so keep watching. So for this, price will depend kung ano yung mga activities na gusto nyong i-avail and kung ano yung gusto nyong puntahan. I can't give a rough estimate actually kasi may mga ibang attractions or ibang places na hindi naman kailangan ng tickets.
We're going to feed the deer, we're going to feed the deer.
Next is travel tax. So may option kayo to pay this when you book book your flight. Pero kami, we prefer paying at the airport. Kasi yun nga, like what I've mentioned, kung may mga canceled flights o kaya rebooking or emergency, mas matatagalan kami or mas mahahassle kami na mag-refund ng travel tax. So kapag sure na talaga ang travel at nandun na kami, doon na kami nagbabayad ng travel tax. Meron namang cashier doon sa may airport pagkapasok nyo ng travel tax. You just need to pay 1,620 for adult and then 800 pesos for kids. Next is pocket money. Kayo ang magbabudget at magdidictate kung magkano ang budget nyo per day. Of course, you have to weigh din kung gaano kamahal yung mga bilihin doon or yung food doon or ng transportation. Which you can watch naman on some YouTube travel vlogs. Baka naman sa sobrang pagtitipid nyo, hindi na kayo kumakain doon. Hindi nyo na masyado may enjoy yung trip nyo doon. Magsiset kayo ng budget nyo for ilang days. But don't worry kasi marami namang bagay na pwede kayong makatipid, which I will tell you later on. Now let's go to the second part of planning, which is itinerary. You have to know and determine kung ano-ano nga ba yung mga places na pupuntahan nyo or yung gusto nyong gawin dito sa country na to. And kung wala pa kayong idea, you can actually try to search on Google yung mga sample itineraries. For example, 4 days and 3 nights to Japan, ganon. Meron namang mga blog posts sa mga ganon. Or you can also get info from YouTube travel vlogs. Marami naman ako mga kilalang travel vlogger na nagsha-share ng itinerary nila. So, i-list down nyo lang lahat ng mga information or places na nakita nyo doon. And then after that, time to do the crucial part.
This next part is crucial.
Scheduling which day you will visit a specific place. Pwedeng hindi lahat mapuntahan nyo, depende sa length ng stay or sa distance ng mga places. But don't get disappointed because you can save the rest for next time. Creating our itinerary is hassle-free for us with the use of a travel planner. Ever since I started traveling, Wonderlog talaga yung ginagamit namin, which I will put the link down below. This is not sponsored. We've tried actually Peblar, but Wonderlog seems easier to use and has more features on it. When doing an itinerary, we always want to make sure na magkakalapit yung lugar and accessible sila sa isa't isa to save time from traveling and navigating. So, we set a day, for example, day 1. We pick a place or an activity and then chinecheck namin sa list namin kung ano na yung mga place na malapit doon or madadaan. So, from that, we consider it our area for day 1. Next is another place naman, and so on and so forth. We also check kung ano yung opening and closing time nila para at least hindi naman masayang yung punta namin pagdating doon. And also para maset din namin yung time on each attraction or each places. We also check kung accessible ba sila by train, how many minutes travel time, and also how long are we going to spend our time there. If you want to check our sample itinerary from our previous travel, I will put the link down below for your reference. So, we spend more than a week of planning on this part kasi para pagdating namin dun sa country na pupuntahan namin, we don't have to think, we don't have to scroll, we don't have to research kung ano yung pupuntahan namin na next. As much as possible, we want to save our energy to better enjoy our trip and our surroundings. After you set all the itineraries, now let's proceed to the preparation. Siguro sinasabi nyo na parang ang overwhelming naman yan. Sobrang daming process. But trust me, for anyone traveling for the first time, or maybe not, this can help you in having a stress-free travel. So, diba, we want this trip to be memorable and enjoyable. First preparation is do the research. Pwede naman actually na mag-YOLO or mag-skip ka na sa step na to if you want. But for me, it's better safe than sorry. Ano nga ba yung mga nire-research namin before going to a country that we're not familiar with? We also research kung ano-ano nga ba yung mga possible scams, something that might get us in trouble na hindi namin alam, or something unusual sa country natin. This will help you to be aware of the things na pwede mong iwasan to get you out in trouble. It's important to research about these things, and pwede nyo naman actually na ma-research to through Google or sa mga YouTube vlogs. Meron namang mga vlogs na nagsasabi kung ano yung mga na-experience nila doon. Also, pwede rin kayong magbasa through Reddit. Maraming mga info dyan na pwedeng makatulong sa inyo.
You need to stay alert. Focus.
Next preparation is the outfit and attire. Of course, depende sa month or sa country na pupuntahan nyo, yung attire or yung clothes na dadalhin nyo. Kung medyo summer, then okay na siguro yung mga casual outfit na sinusuot nyo dito sa Pilipinas. Then kung winter naman, of course, mga winter clothes. Prices of winter clothes here in the Philippines is medyo expensive kasi nga, wala namang winter dito sa atin. So kami, nung pumunta kami sa Japan, nagdala lang siguro ako ng isang jacket, tsaka coat. And then, doon na lang kami bumili ng mga winter clothes sa first day namin. So, meron sa GU and meron din sa Uniqlo. Ang daming magagandang items doon. Check nyo yung vlog ko about it. Doon ko nabili yung jacket ko na to, 1,500 pesos. So, kung yung goal nyo for your travel nyo is makatipid, you can do the same thing. If ayaw nyo na mahasan, ayaw nyo na may iniisip pa, you can buy here in the Philippines, example like Uniqlo and Zara. Meron naman sila mga binibenta doon na winter clothes. But, of course, more expensive lang. Pero at least, wala na rin kayong iisipin pagdating nyo doon, diba? Next, apps to download. First is Google Maps. Siyempre, nasa lugar tayo na hindi natin alam, hindi natin kabisado. And for us to go to places, we need to download Google Maps para makapag-navigate tayo. So, may times na maliligaw ka, it's normal, it's okay. Just use the maps again to find the direction and yung tamang sasakyan. There are lots of options like car, train, or bus. Everywhere we go, it's cheaper kapag ka nagko-commute via train or bus. So, kailangan nyo lang bumili nung reloadable card na meron sila, kung ano man yung card na ginagamit nila for public transportation. And then, yun, mag-reload lang kayo from time to time pagka nauubos na siya. Pero yun nga lang, di ba, mas hassle, maglalakad-lakad ka pa, hanapin mo pa yung right train. May times na overwhelming lang talaga kasi sobrang daming train stations, ang daming connecting. Pero once na nagagamay nyo na siya, it would be easier for you to understand. Pero at first talaga, medyo nakakalito talaga kasi hindi tayo sanay na ganun kadami yung lines or connecting na train station. Again, case-to-case basis pa din to. Kung may mga kasama kayong kids and elderly, mas okay to book a private car. Mas mahal pero mas convenient naman. Pero kung like 2 adults or small groups lang kayo, kung gusto niyo makatipid, you can ride the train or bus. Magandang experience din siya kasi makikita niyo and mako-compare niyo yung mga train system sa iba't ibang country. Another app to download is Grab or any transportation app. May mga countries na available yung Grab. Meron siya sa Bali and sa Thailand. Singapore also meron. You can also research kung ano yung mga transportation app na ginagamit nila doon if ever you're planning mag-private car instead of mag-commute. Next app to download is Google Translate. Kaya means may mga language barrier talaga. Hindi lahat ng countries is fluent or nakakaintindi ng English. So, tayong mga tourists, tayo ang mag-a-adjust. For us to communicate to the locals, kailangan marunong tayong gumamit ng Google Translate. Minsan hindi maiiwasan na wala sa Google yung hinahanap natin. So much better kung magtatanong-tanong tayo sa locals kasi mas kabisado and mas alam nila doon. Sanay naman sila actually sa mga tourist. So wag kayo guys mahihiya magtanong-tanong pagka nasa ibang countries kayo. Magandang experience din eh. Nagkakaroon kayo ng communication sa taga-ibang lugar. Next you need to download is any travel booking apps. So if you already prepare your itineraries, I assume you already have a list of the activities and tours na gusto nyong gawin. Kailangan nyo i-research kung meron bang ticket dito or may entrance fee sa specific tourist attraction na pupuntahan nyo. And you can book it advance to some travel booking apps. We personally use Klook kasi sobrang daling mag-book and ang daming promos and discounts. In fact, I want to share with you my promo code. It's MARI5OFF for you to avail the 5% off or 5% discount on any Klook activities or hotels. Another code that will be valid from September 8 to 22, 2023 because it's Klook 9th birthday, which is Mari Soriano 9 B-Day. You will get 7% off when you book hotels and 6% off on all activities. Diba? Like, sobrang sulit. So, once nakabook na kayo, you will just present the voucher or QR code dun sa entrance ng attraction. Yung mga instructions naman actually sa Klook kapag ka nag-book kayo. So, make sure to read it. Next is money or currency. You have the option to do the money exchange here in the Philippines. Depende sa rates. You can try Sunrise or pwede din naman na mag-withdraw na lang kayo ng cash pagdating nyo doon sa country na pupuntahan nyo. So, check nyo na lang yung mga, yung difference ng rates niya. I'm sure meron namang mga nag-vlog na iba nun or you can search it on Google para at least makatipid kayo. Also, don't just bring cash. Dapat meron din kayong credit card or debit card. Para in case na magka-problema kayo, nawala yung cash nyo doon, which is wag naman sana, or hindi nag-work yung card nyo, meron kayong backup plan or meron kayong alternative plan.
I had a backup plan.
Next is Wi-Fi or internet. Ito ang pinaka-importante sa lahat. So, hindi ka makakapag-navigate, hindi ka makapag-search ng mga restaurants or places, or walang communication kung wala kang internet. There's two options. One is SIM card, and the other one is the pocket Wi-Fi. Ano ano nga ba yung mga pros and cons nitong dalawang to? Let's start with SIM card. So, based dun sa mga napanood ko na vlogs, may times na hindi mag-work yung SIM card dun sa specific phone. Siyempre, dahil nabili mo na, nabuksan mo na, hindi mo siya pwedeng ibalik or i-refund. Pero ang kagandahan dun is mas mura siya and it's perfect for people who's traveling solo. Pocket Wi-Fi naman, okay siya for big groups. You can connect up to 5 devices. Comes with complete accessories pero rent lang. So, you can pick it up on the airport and then return it also pagkatapos nyo gamitin. I-rent nyo siya kung ilang days kayo magsa-stay doon sa country na pupuntahan nyo. And kung marami naman kayo, pwede naman na hati-hati na lang kayo doon sa rental fee ng Pocket Wi-Fi. So, I guess sulit na rin siya. Pero yun nga lang, pagka nawala yung isa, wala ka ng internet. Yun lang naman yung nakikita kong downside niya. Yung SIM and Pocket Wi-Fi, meron naman na nabubook nito through Klook. If not, pwede naman na doon na lang kayo sa airport pagdating nyo. Meron din doon mga booth or kiosk na mga Pocket Wi-Fi and SIM cards. Next you need to prepare is documents. Passport and everything. If you want to know all the requirements, meron din akong vlog on some countries. You can check it out. You can also Google or check on the embassy website. I'm sure nandun yung lahat. And bukod pa dyan, I think last month, nagbago ng guidelines, mas naging strict and nagdagdag ng mga konting documents or requirements when traveling abroad. Actually, hindi ko pa ito na-encounter kasi hindi pa ako ulit nakapag-travel outside the country. But as per this article, kailangan daw dalhin ang mga sumusunod. Proof na may work kayo dito like COE or ITR, and also any document that will prove your financial capacity like bank statements or bank certificate. Kung na-encounter nyo na to guys, please share us your experience. Sobrang higpit ba talaga? Hiningi ba talaga itong mga requirements na to? Para at least makapag-ready din kami in the future, diba? Next is packing your clothes and luggage. Mga hand carry, iwasan natin yung mga malalaking bottles ng liquid like toner, alcohol, lotion, shampoo, conditioner. Kasi kino-confiscate nila yun pagka-pasok nyo after I.O. And also yung mga extension cord. So, kailangan, wala siya sa hand carry, dapat nasa check-in luggage siya. Now, when packing your clothes, make sure na meron pang konting space or konting room para sa mga pasalubong and other clothes na mabibili nyo or items na mabibili nyo dun sa country na pupuntahan nyo. Otherwise, baka mag-excess baggage kayo and magbabayad kayo ng additional fee sa airport. You can also use some travel organizers like this one or yung vacuum bag para magkasya lahat ng gamit nyo. But just be mindful dun sa weight ng luggage nyo. You can also use yung mga maliliit na storage from Shopee or Lazada for your cosmetics or your toiletries para at least hindi sobrang bigat ng bagahe nyo. Now, if you already have this, I believe you're all set and ready for your next international trip. You can use it as a guide kung hindi nyo alam kung saan magsisimula when it comes to planning. And kung nakatulong ako sa inyo, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel para at least updated kayo sa ating mga future uploads. Since you guys are ready, ang next vlog naman natin is about budgeting. So, iisa-isahin ko sa inyo and I will share with you kung ano-ano yung mga expenses namin when traveling to a specific country. You know, traveling has been easy for me ever since may kasama ako na marunong na talaga, which is si D. I learned almost everything from him based sa kanyang mga travel experience. I'm lucky that I didn't have to learn these things the hard way. Kaya naman, gusto ko rin siyang i-share sa inyo lahat ng mga natutunan ko and how we prepare so we can have a smooth and stress-free travel. Until next time!
Unpaid bills, spilled milk was left in it, and I still have to deal with anxiety.